Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading. I've had the same issue a lot of Sims players have had, which is that the patch updates have been breaking my game over and over again, and I have to keep updating mods, and even that doesn't work sometimes, and I end up losing a few hours of gameplay or building progress, which has been very frustrating as I've been trying to make videos. I've been watching a lot of Sims players that make videos about their lore and world building for their own save files, and I thought that would be super interesting because I really enjoy watching those videos. I find them really calm and relaxing, and also I like storytelling, I like writing, and I like exploring mechanics of the game that I don't usually explore. So what better way to do that than to try and build my own save file? I'm still going to be doing things like Not So Berry and my cast videos, but I also want to work on the building aspect, which is something I don't generally do. I am not the best builder, as you'll see in this video. I struggle a lot with the mechanics and with figuring out what looks good and what doesn't, but I would like to give it a try, especially if I'm trying to explore the game in ways that I haven't before. So first things first, you can see I already had the general shell built. I kind of struggle with the outside of houses. I have a few things that work, and a lot of the time because of that I make my houses look very much the same, but I'm trying to branch out a little bit here. I kind of like the idea of a clock tower-esque silhouette for the very top, if you can see with that dome area. I know I struggle with color theory for builds. I tend to make it very beige, very brown, and look the same. So here what I tried to do is add some bricks, and I think that worked out and made it stand out a little bit. I figured that my window placement was so difficult because I didn't really know which areas were which. I didn't know where the living room was, where the kitchen was, bedrooms, all of that. So first things first, I tried to work on this landing. I will tell you, working on landings in The Sims is torture. I don't know why they make it so difficult, but it kept on trying to change what was a room. I would delete the fence, the invisible fence from in front of the stairs, and it would completely break the entire landing I had built because for some reason that was considered illegal by The Sims. Here I am trying to find rugs. I struggle a lot with rugs in The Sims because I find one or two rugs I like, and then I'm like, okay, you're in every build now, which doesn't work for variety and a save file because no one wants to look at 10 houses and realize that every single one of them is the exact same. So I had to branch out a little bit. Here I am also in the living room where I'm trying to create this kind of cozy vibe, and I'm trying to make a chimney, which is another thing I struggle with in The Sims. All the chimneys are like 1x1 blocks, but a fireplace is like a 3x1, so you have to kind of figure out how to make it go upwards without looking really clunky. I struggled a little bit with that, but it was on the side of the house and I added like friezes and some floors as well, so it ends up looking better. Here I am once again struggling with the landing. If you saw me just staring at it not doing anything, it was because I was looking up fixes for it and I did not find anything. I had to figure it out myself, unfortunately. Even at that point where it doesn't look that buggy, it's actually still wrong and I have to fix it off camera. In the living room, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do with it because I wanted it to be the idea of a refurbished old home, but also I want the family to be in modern times but just living in an older home that they bought. Here I am once again using the same two rugs I constantly use, and worked a little bit differently with the woods. I wasn't trying to make everything match completely perfectly because I thought it just created a little bit more variety. also here working on the bathroom, which I wasn't sure how to furnish. I wasn't sure what kind of walls would work. I know most have like tile walls, but I just didn't like the look of that, so I went for some wooden paneling, which I don't think would be extremely practical in a bathroom. I don't worry too much about that because this is The Sims. I don't need to have practical walls in my bathroom. Plus, wooden paneling is definitely not the worst choice you can have in a bathroom. So here I am working on the living room again using the same curtains I always use because curtains in this game are butt ugly, and I will stand by that. I put in some sconces because I really liked the cozy vibe, and old houses probably have those kinds of lights, at least as far as I'm aware. I was thinking of making like a bookshelf wall, but then I thought that's kind of boring. Why don't I do something that has to do with their lore? So in terms of their lore, I headcanon that the father is a writer and that the mother is an artist, like photography and painting, and I thought it would be cool if I decorated the whole house, like the walls of the house, with the mother's paintings. I set up an area where the Sims of the family can sit and she can paint them so that we can put it all around the house and make it feel very lived in by this family. Here I am trying to work on the kitchen. I struggled a lot with that because I thought that the nice open area would be nicer for the dining area, but I also wasn't sure how to fit a good kitchen into that small area I have back there. I said area a lot, ignore that. I ended up with a kitchen I'm kind of happy with because I realized it doesn't have to be too huge, just a few counters. It just has to be functional because no one in this family is that into like cooking or baking. It doesn't need all that much, and I worked more on the dining room. Here I am trying a few different chairs because I'm worried about my color schemes. I think even though the color scheme ended up kind of basic, it's what I needed for that area because I wanted that old vibe with the reds and such. And The Sims doesn't give you a ton of swatches for older vibe things. It usually ends up being like a red, a pink, or a green. So I just leaned into that. I gave up a little bit. I'm trying to do this kind of old looking fridge hack I learned online here. I'm not sure why. I gave up on that eventually because I was like, they're still a modern family. Even if they're living in an old home, they can have a fridge, a normal fridge. I have that in another build though. Here I am trying to find windows because I was still struggling at this point to find good windows. I think it worked out pretty nicely though, because now I have some good lighting at the painting area for the portraits, and also some really nice bright lights in the dining area, which also has the nice glass ceiling. Here I am working on the kitchen. It's nothing too special. I just, like I said, wanted it to be functional, but I don't really care all that much about it since none of my Sims are that into cooking or baking. I tried to vary a little bit between like beige and black, which I know does not sound like a lot of variation, but for me, it is. And I have some of the cabinets there. One has like a built-in stove hood. My sister came in and looked at this and said something about how are they gonna reach that, and I'm gonna pretend I did not hear that because if they have to reach it, it will be nailed to the window. So my idea is that they just have a hidden ladder somewhere and they're going to be able to climb up there eventually. Don't think too much about it. I tried putting in a little bit of like clutter because I don't know, I love clutter and I want this place to feel at least a little lived in. I also was working on, it's not really a balcony because there's no access to it, but I feel like just for the aesthetic, that small fence that you could probably jump over, it kind of suits the vibe. Maybe it's best that there's no door there. And here I wanted the dining area to have access to a back garden, which I'm gonna be building off camera because this is already like 14 minutes of footage at really high speed, and anything faster would be way too disorienting. Here I'm working on the nursery. I figured they have a toddler and an infant, so considering how close they are in age, they're probably going to be staying in the same room. I actually am very proud of this room. I think it's so cute. I would have loved this when I was a kid. I tried to make it as cozy as possible. I have the little bear chair that I put in every single kid's room because it's just so cute. A nightlight. I have like a pink monster toy box that I put the nightlight on, a small little bookshelf, some things for the baby, and of course the huge dollhouse, because if I have a room this big, I might as well make use of it. I tried to make the lighting kind of a soft pink. And yeah, this is one of my favorite rooms. Here I was working on the bathroom. I had the bathroom on the left side and the bedroom on the right side, but that didn't really work very well. I wasn't making very efficient use of the space, and I end up switching it around. The bathroom keeps its like color scheme and most of its vibe, but I think the way it ends up is much nicer and it's much more spacious. I like a kind of cramped bathroom sometimes, but when you have this much room, it doesn't really make sense that you would have such a cramped area. I make more room also by creating this kind of overhanging bit that becomes a balcony, and underneath it there will be like the flower arranging table, since there's going to be a really nice expansive garden outside the house. And once I actually build that, I will definitely be showing that in future videos. You can see me here like changing things around, and I switch the bedroom and the bathroom, and it makes the bedroom open up onto a nice balcony. And the bathroom has definitely way more space, and I can put things in there comfortably without worrying about if my Sims can access them or not. This part is a little disorienting. I apologize for that. I flip around a lot when I build. You can see me switching the bathroom around and keeping the same vibe, but also the bathroom before would only have had access from the bedroom, which is not ideal, especially because there's only one upstairs. It's best that it's accessible from the actual corridor instead of just from the bedroom. And I think it gives it a lot of space, and it makes it still, I don't know, I think it's still cozy and it's still nice, but it's not so cramped, which works in a house like this. And it gives the bedroom a little bit more space. It's still not particularly spacious, especially compared to the kids' room, but they get their own balcony, they have what they need. Unfortunately, I was trying to kind of go for maybe like a lavender or lilac color for their room, but it's so difficult to find those kinds of swatches that match or at least look nice in The Sims for some reason, which was really unfortunate. And I was just gonna go for the same blue, but then I realized the bathroom was that. I wanted to go for yellow then, but all of the swatches were either hideous or completely toned down to where it just looked like beige, and I didn't see the point in that. I tried to go for a pink, and I was like, but the kids' room is already pink. I don't really know why I would go for the same color. And eventually I end up at this kind of burnt sunset color scheme, which I actually really enjoy. I would have liked it to be a little bit more out there, but I I just had to go for what I could. And since I thought that the mom would probably be the artist, I eventually put a camera next to her, and I'm gonna put some more photographs next to her bed. And on the dad's side, I put a journal and a few books. And I do add a little bit more to their room, which I will show you in the tour. So this is what the house is looking like right now. I haven't done the garden part yet. This is the landing area. There's something kind of weird going on with the roof up there, but I literally can't figure out how to fix that. So this is the living room. I actually moved the bookshelf over there and the blankets because I wanted to add a writing desk for the dad, since I figure that he will be a writer. I shifted the table back to the middle. I couldn't do that with the rug, unfortunately, because it would clip into the bathroom and outside, but just pretend you don't see that if it bothers you. I also put a little camera over the fireplace, since I figure that the mom is gonna be doing most of her artistic stuff here. And we have the easel and a little chair for her models to pose in, plus some windows for that good natural lighting. I didn't add a curtain over that one, just pretend you don't see that. The kitchen is just like a standard kitchen, you know, nothing too special about it. I think it's kind of nice though, and you can look out onto the garden while you wash your dishes or cook or stuff. And we have what I think is called a hutch. We also have our bay window, which lets in some lovely light, along with this huge glass ceiling. That thing is definitely nailed into the glass ceiling, don't worry about that part. I'm gonna add some of the mom's paintings to the walls, as I said, and here we have a little access to the outside, and once there's a garden, this will be a very nice little way to walk around. I also think that the game got rid of my railings, so I'll be adding those back in. This is the bathroom. If you hear my computer in the background, please don't worry about that. We're gonna go up the stairs. And up the stairs and into the nursery. The roof is clipping a little bit. I'm not sure how to change that, but it's alright. We have our little plushies. We have our little area here. I think the nightlight was removed, which I will add back in then. Now we make our way back out into here. And I'm gonna save the bedroom for last, I think. This is the bathroom. Nothing changed that much since I finished the video. It's a simple bathroom, but I think it's nice and comfy and it works well. I have a little bit of clutter here, so I'm proud of that. Once again, ignore the roof. I don't know why it's doing that. And then we go in here, and this one I think has changed a little bit from when I made the video. I added a little bit of clutter like shoes and a few folded shirts. Oh, I also put a piece of art over the dresser because I thought it'd be nice. I also added a little digital camera next to the mom's side of the bed, and I'm gonna put a few of her pictures, maybe some things with her family in there as well. And on the dad's side, I have his journal and a few books, because I figure if you're a writer, you also like to read. And then we go out onto the balcony, which will have a lovely view of the gardens, and already has a lovely view of this lake and naturey area in Newcrest. That is what I have of the house so far. I hope you guys are liking it. If you have any kind of feedback on my building or on any storyline ideas that you might have, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. As per usual, I have resources in my link area for Palestine, individual donation links, as well as Instagram accounts that you can follow for news. I hope you guys take some time to look at those and educate yourselves, and thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.